Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the continuation of the application of Biot-Savart's law. So, last class we have applied Biot-Savart's law to determine what is magnetic field due to a current carrying conductor. Now, the second application of Biot-Savart's law is to find out what is magnetic field due to a current carrying loop. So, I am going to consider a loop. In this loop, there is a flow of current. Current is flowing in this direction. So we have to find O be the center of the loop. Let R be the radius of the loop. We are going to find what is magnetic field at this point P due to this current carrying loop. So we are going to apply Biot-Savart's law for this. So for that, we can apply Biot-Savart's law only to a current element. So I am going to consider diametrically opposite element. So C is one element and D is another element. Due to this current element, this C is of length dl and D is of length dl. So due to this current element, magnetic field is induced at this point. So this current element is at a distance r from the point. So r vector, position vector of P from this current element. Let r cap be the unit vector. So due to this current element, magnetic field induced at this point is given by Biot-Savart's law. So magnetic field dB due to this current element is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi IDL cross R cap by R square. So magnitude of the magnetic field is given by dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl sin theta by r square. What about the direction of the magnetic field? So the direction of the magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane containing the current element and the line joining. So when we apply this magnetic induction will be along PR. So you draw a parallel line to this radius. If this is pi, this angle is also equal to pi. So this is the direction of dB. And similarly, magnetic field induction due to this current element IDL at P will be perpendicular to the current element and the line joining that is position vector. So it will be along PS. So this angle is also equal to pi. So this dB can be resolved into two components. So according to resolution of vectors, it can be resolved into two components. Suppose if a vector is making an angle theta, it can be resolved into horizontal vector and vertical vector, P cos theta and P sin theta. So this is a resolution of vectors. So based on this dB can be resolved into two components. dB cos theta, dB cos pi is the horizontal component and dB sin pi, that is dB sin pi is vertical component. Similarly, this dB can also be resolved into dB cos pi and dB sin pi. So when you consider like this diametrically opposite element over the entire loop, all the horizontal component gets cancelled. Only the vertical component is contributed to the magnetic induction. So this dB cos pi and this dB cos pi gets cancelled. Similarly, for every diametrically opposite element, this horizontal component gets cancelled and only the vertical component will remain. So, the contribution of this current element to this magnetic induction is only the vertical component. So, the resultant magnetic field at this point due to this entire loop is obtained by superposition principle. So, by applying superposition principle, we can write. Also, what about this theta? Where you see this current element and the line joining this point, they are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, sin theta is equal to sin 90 is equal to 1. So, the magnitude of this magnetic induction at the point P due to this element is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl by r square. Now, by using superposition principle, magnetic induction due to this entire loop is given by B is equal to integral dB, that is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl by r square. Since only the vertical component remains here, this will become B is equal to integral dB sin pi. So, magnetic field B is equal to dB is integral mu naught by 4 pi I dl by r square into sin pi. But what is this value of r square? So if you consider this point is at a distance z, we will have r square is equal to z square plus r square, and sin pi is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. So you will have that is equal to r by square root of z square plus r square. Substituting these two values in this expression, we will have B is equal to integral mu naught by 4 pi I dl by z square plus r square into r by square root of z square plus r square. So that is equal to B is equal to mu naught. Take the common things outside the bracket. So you will have mu naught I by 4 pi into r by z square plus r square whole power 3 by 2 into integral dl. So when you integrate this dl, it will give L. What is L? L is nothing but the circumference of the circular loop. So, integral dl gives 2 pi r. So, substituting here, you will have v is equal to mu naught I r by 4 pi z square plus r square whole power 3 by 2 into 2 pi r. This 2 pi and 4 pi gets cancelled, and you will have b is equal to mu naught I into r square by 2 into z square plus r square whole power 3 by 2. So this expression will give the magnetic induction at the point P.